Hey, alright, I'm gonna try to make this quick because I've done too many announcement videos. I mean, or like update videos. This isn't a vlog channel. But I mean, I just want to make a quick thing because, like, wow, 4,000 subscribers. That is a lot of people, and at the very least, you guys deserve to know what I've been up to. Because it's kind of been a little bit, admittedly, a little bit slow on this channel, at least compared to how it was before. At the very least, I want to keep you guys in the loop about what's going on. So first of all, Flint and Steel. As you guys know, that's in the works. There's not a whole lot that's going on with that right now that needs to be, that I need to update anybody on. The first two scripts have been, or not the first, like I'll explain this in a minute, but two of the scripts I have given to my voice actors already, and they were incredibly quick in getting their lines back. I thank them so much for that. That was such a blessing. And I'm also sorry for the wind. I mean, I'm just recording this, like, in my bed. I don't really have, like, a whole lot of time, so I can't wait for the wind to stop. It's winter, what you gonna do? But yeah, they were very good about getting those lines in very quickly. However, for the rest of the scripts, it's going to be taking me a little bit more time. I'm not going to go into details, but basically I was made aware of some flaws in my writing, and they were very obvious, and I want to try to iron those out before I get any further into this. However, I will be working on these two episodes, and that's definitely more than enough work for me. I want to keep my voice actors busy, though, so they don't feel like they're just, like, sitting on the wayside. So I will be working on scripts as well as animating these. And then also, okay, so how this is going to work is, I don't know if I made this clear before, but this is always how it was. This is always how it was meant to be. Flint and Steel was not ever meant to be like your typical animated series, episodic. It was meant to be just something to sort of get the story out there. I'm not going to be telling the whole story. I never intended to. This is for a lot of reasons, but basically all you need to know is that you will only be hearing portions of the story. I will try to upload the episodes at least chronologically, or at least if I put them in a playlist, I'll make them chronological, but basically it's just going to be showing little clips of the story that happen throughout the entire plot, because the plot is way too big for me to do on my own, and this was just meant to get people used to the characters, get people to know the plot, because everybody's so curious, and that's a huge honor that anybody even wants to know about these guys. And I wanted to give you guys something, so that's what it was. However, it was also meant to be more of a loose project. When I first planned this, it was meant to be more like, some of them will be animated, some will just be storyboards, but considering everything that's going on with this, and all the hype it's gotten, all the incredible people I have working on this with me, I want to do more than that. However, that also means it's going to take episodes a lot longer to be released, because I want to do them fully animated with backgrounds and shading and all that fun. Maybe not shading, I don't know, we'll see what happens there. But that also leads to the question, do you guys want to be updated more regularly for this, since the episodes will be released much less frequently? Do you want to see, like, little clips of the storyboard, like, not the entire thing, of course, because that would just spoil it, but like little scenes I could release as it goes on, or anything like that? Let me know in the comments below if you'd like that, or if you just want to wait for the entire thing to be released. Next point of business with that is that I do plan to, since I'm not going to be telling the entire story online, where the world would normally be explained throughout the course of the plot, and I wouldn't have to exposition the crap out of anybody in the audience, that is unfortunately not the case here. And in an effort to make sure people aren't just confused beyond belief when the first episode hits, I am going to be doing a sort of prologue thing. It's gonna be short. I'm gonna try to make it interesting, but basically it's just exposition. And I'm so sorry for that. I know that's kind of a that's kind of a red flag with any series. No series wants to do that. And I wouldn't do it if it weren't for the fact that I was only telling part of the story, and the world isn't going to be explained thoroughly otherwise. Like I said, throughout the course of the entire plot, the world is explained gradually throughout the plot, but you're not going to be getting that, so I got to think of another way to do it. So hopefully, though, because that prologue won't be super interesting, it'll just be there so that the the audience can understand what's happening and like how the world works and all this stuff, I'm gonna at least try to release the prologue and the first episode at the same time on the same day, or at least very close in succession, so that people aren't like too disappointed when just the prologue comes out and they're like, oh, that was boring. Again, I'll try to make it interesting. The way that I have it set up isn't just flat out like some random narrator explaining in a boring monotone voice. It's like it does foreshadow to some things that happen later in the plot with some of the characters, and I will try to make it interesting, but we'll see what we can do. And so yeah, that'll be the prologue and the first episode. The first episode, like I said, all the lines have been received and I'm working on putting it all together. I have some awesome help on that. And yeah. Alright, so next order of business is the rest of everything else that's going on in this channel. And for the next part of this recording, I'm going to back up a bit from my mic because I was listening to that last recording before starting this one, and I could hear all of my mouth noises and I was bothering myself, so I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. So, next order of business is, naturally, as you might expect, map parts. Alright, so here's the thing with these. As you may have noticed, when a lot of you subscribed, map parts were coming out a lot more regularly. They were coming out much quicker. However, I sort of came to a realization a few months ago, sort of an epiphany, if you will. Since I am a very new animator, as I've told many of you, I've only really been animating for between a year and a half and 2 years. Like, I've only had like one very beginning intro level class in it where the professor didn't really teach me anything. It was just sort of like, this is how you use Photoshop, and I was like, great, I already know how to do that. So, yeah, I'm starting from the ground up here, but so, before I didn't really have that many standards, I didn't really have any standards, I guess you could say, for how I wanted my animations to be. However, recently that has changed. I sort of realized with my stressed out part from about 4 months ago, 5 months ago, I think 4 months ago, I realized with that one how almost every single one of my map parts looked exactly the same. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, okay, here was the formula. It was random foot stepping or something shot. A shot that was a side profile view lip sync. A shot that wasn't actually animated. It was maybe just a picture with some effect or something. And then some random other shot that distinguished it from the other ones. And I'm like, maybe this is why I'm not getting any better animation. So, just maybe. Just that might be it. So, basically since then, you may have noticed that things have slowed down quite a bit. And this is why, since I've noticed that, I want to actually do something about it. I am trying to work with a lot of new things. I'm trying to get used to new programs other than Photoshop, like Flash and Toon Boom. I'm trying to work with things like perspective and varying up my shots and actual lip sync that looks decent, because, I don't know, I like doing lip sync still. I'm trying to, like, not do completely frame by, yes, still frame by frame. I'm not going to do rigs and puppets and stuff, but I'm trying to get used to figuring out how to tween at least a little bit for, like, backgrounds and such. I'm trying to get camera movements, effects, just in general, I'm trying to improve. But with that comes a lot of unknown territory, and as such as well, things are going to be slow. Things have been slow because I'm still trying to figure things out. I'm trying to teach myself new things in the process of doing all of this, and I've naturally had a lot of failures in the process. I've done a lot more practice than I have been before, things that aren't map parts that are just practice, and that's been taking up some time, but I want the rest of my animations that you guys see on this channel to be worth your time and my time, and I feel like I've wasted enough time making things that have been repetitive and not very good, and and I haven't been pushing myself, so I want to get out of that. And I feel like I have been. I pretty much, I'm calling it map constipation, what I'm in right now. I have a lot of map parts waiting in the wings, where I have them either halfway done or close to halfway done, but none of them have been released yet. I've been working on like 8 at the same time, and unfortunately they're all due very soon. So I'm over the break, that's what I've sort of been working on. Happily Ever After I think is going to be the next one to be released, and I am trying to do some new stuff with that. As you guys have seen the work in progress, and if you've come to the streams. But yeah, basically that's why everything's been taking so long. I'm trying to push myself, I'm trying to learn new things, and I want to get better at my trade. So that's that. Then what about things other than the series and map parts? Well, I mean, I see that's where things get tricky. I sort of buried myself in map parts, and then I also buried myself in this project, and that in addition to being a full-time college student and having a family and just trying to have some sort of life and also having an internship. It's gonna be kind of difficult because I want to do things like I want to do reviews again. Remember that time I said I was gonna do reviews and then I did one review. Remember how stupid that was? Well, I want to do more reviews, but I don't know if I can. I want to do more memes because animation memes are fun and everybody likes those, except the people that don't. Mostly everybody likes those. I like them. I think they're fun. But I don't know. And then just practice. Like I have a lot of AMVs for my characters that I want to do, and for other characters, and for other people, and for gifts and fan art and stuff like that. And I can't do any of that. And so I'm just gonna try to throw that stuff in as I can. I'm gonna try to get out of as many maps as I can. However, that's not exactly going to be possible. I'm in 23 maps right now, and each of them, for some reason or another, I am unable to drop. And it's not like I'm obligated to keep them. It's more like I like either for personal reasons or for reason like I know the host or the host has given me a lot of extra time and or like I just feel really motivated to do that part. For one reason or another, I can't drop any of the maps I'm in. I've tried. This is the narrowed down list. Like I used to have like 40 something and I've narrowed it down to 23, 22, and that's good for me. But yeah, this is why this is why we can't have nice things. So, all right, I guess that's it. I don't know. Just bear with me here. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm calling this phase like the equivalent of a like an artistic midlife crisis. Like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure things out. But I know that things need to change. And so, yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for 4,000 subscribers, and be looking forward to those things that I mentioned. All right, see you later.